Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Serena and today I'm sharing with you the purpose of a false twin flame and everything you need to know. So of course, disclaimer, this is always coming from my own personal perspective on what I experienced as a false twin flame. And now I had two different iterations of this within my own lifetime. So you may have more than one false twin, you may only have one false twin. For me, one of my first false twin relationships was actually intertwined with my karmic relationship, who was also what I believed was my twin flame. And so the idea here, the purpose of a false twin relationship is to assess. It's to assess if you are ready for your real twin flame. So up until this point in our lives, we have preconceived ideas of what our perfect person is going to look like, right? We have preconceived ideas of how they're going to act, what they're going to be interested in, what we think is valuable, what we want in a partner. And a lot of that is actually out of alignment with who we really are. So the false twin enters, and this false twin is there because this false twin is like testing us. They have agreed previous to this lifetime to come in, kind of dabble or disrupt our life a little bit for the purpose of checking to see if we are ready for the twin flame relationship. Oftentimes we are not. That's why it's a false twin, because if we were ready for it, we'd be in our real twin relationship. So when you're meeting the false twin, I feel like a lot of times this is misconstrued as a very negative thing, but we actually need to start looking at this as a positive. If you have met your false twin, that means you're on the right path. That means your evolution is still churning and still turning away and the wheels are still ticking, right? That's a good thing. This is good because when we meet our false twin, it signals to us that we have a real twin out there, right? You can't have one without the other. You can't have a real twin without a false twin. We live in a world of duality. So if you have a false twin and you know you've met your false twin, then chances are, and reality would have it, that there's a real twin out there for you somewhere and you just maybe haven't met them yet. And so the idea here with the false twin is they're here to assess whether you are ready. And when you meet this false twin, you're likely going to have some of the same preconceived ideas or preconceived judgments that you might have towards your real twin. They're meant to be similar, not exactly the same, but similar in ways that would trigger you and make you say like, oh, they're not good enough, or they're not nice, or they're too narcissistic, or maybe they're too nice. Whatever that looks like for you based on your idea of what a partner should be. So I can give you an example. When I met my false twin, it was actually somebody I had met back in my college years. And it was somebody I had a crush on, but my other friend was with this person at the time, so I never acted on this, right? So this person was kind of always there in the background, and then we had this big separation stage of basically I think maybe 3 or 4 years. And then I was traveling and I was coming through this person's area and I was like, oh, hey, what's up? Can I come stay with you? Because it was one of those things that I always had this person at the back of my mind and I needed to know if there was the potential there. So for me, it was like, okay, let's make this happen. Let's see. And when I met with this person, it was like, their star sign is the same as my partner, my true twin flame star sign. They're both Scorpios. They both like surfing, skateboarding, snowboarding, a lot of these like balance type things. Both of their names start with a J. So, like all of these really interesting synchronicities and coincidences. So you might find with your false twin that if you've already passed that relationship, that there's a lot of similarities between the personalities of your false twin and your true twin. And so if there's something you are seeing in your false twin that you're not liking, know that that's actually because you need to change your ideals about what you think is right or wrong in that person, right? And maybe it's that you need to love yourself more. Maybe it's that you need to stop accepting narcissistic behaviors. Maybe it's that you need to stop being so codependent. Maybe, we could go on and on and on with the list. But the idea here is that when you meet this person, it's going to trigger you to say, ooh, no, I don't think I'm ready for this relationship, essentially. Generally speaking, that's how it's going to end. And they may end it or you may end it. It doesn't necessarily have to be one or the other. It may just be life circumstances that ends it. So for me, it was like, I saw this person and I met them and I realized like, they don't really have their life together in the way that I need. Their masculine is not as developed as how I would need it to be in order to get where I'm going in life. So you may feel the same way when you meet your false twin, that they aren't ready, but it's also because you aren't ready. You know, you aren't ready to settle down yet, or you aren't ready to accept those aspects of yourself. And so that's exactly what happened to me. Is it signaled to me like, okay, yes, that's a potential option, but I'm not ready for that. So that's when I met my false twin before my karmic partner. And so then that's when I was going into the relationship with my karmic partner, which spurred an incredible amount of, you know, growth and transformation and really hard toxic lessons, because I needed that fire and that fuel, and I needed to understand what it was like to be with this person so that I could shed all of that and really be ready for my twin. And I could really once and for all get through those lessons. And that's what it's all about in terms of a karmic partner. It's about breaking those cycles and starting over fresh from a more conscious creatorhood place. So I hope this helped you guys. If you're looking for more information on the false twin, comment below any questions that you may have. I will help you the best that I can. If you're looking for more one-on-one help, check the links. I'm happy to help you and work with you. You can send me messages and ask me anything. But with that being said, thank you for watching the video. Come back soon. We'll see you next time. Big love, Serena.